This incident took place about 3,500 years ago. After Pharaoh drowned, the sea, by the command of Allah, cast his body onto the shore, while no trace of the rest of his army was ever found. One of the Egyptians recognized the body lying on the coast and informed the royal court. Pharaoh's body was brought to the palace, where the courtiers applied spices to it and, with full honor and ceremony, placed it in a coffin to preserve it. During the process of mummification, however, a mistake occurred. Since Pharaoh had drowned and his body remained in seawater for some time after death, a layer of marine salts had formed on his body. The Egyptians left this salt layer intact and mummified the body in that condition. Time passed. The earth and sky witnessed countless changes, and everything became buried beneath layers of dust, even the mummified bodies of the pharaohs. Their names survived only in books, monuments, and human memory. 2,000 years after this event, Allah sent his final prophet, Muhammad. In the final revealed book, the Qur'an, the stories of the pharaohs were described in great detail. In this context, a verse was revealed stating that the body of this pharaoh would be preserved. All believers firmly believed in this divine statement, yet they could not understand where the body was preserved or how it would be made a sign for future generations. In 1871, a poor and ordinary thief named Ahmed Abdul Rasul from the Egyptian city of Al-Ghurniya gained access to a secret passage leading to the mummified bodies of the pharaohs. He used to steal antiquities and sell them. One day, while wandering near the banks of the Nile at a place called Thebes, he discovered a hidden passage. While digging there to steal relics, he was caught and handed over to the police. When continuous excavation was carried out at the site he had been digging in 1891, the body of the drowned pharaoh was discovered along with other mummies. On the shroud covering his chest, his name was written. The mummies were taken to Cairo, where experts examined them in detail. The layer of salt on Pharaoh's mummy confirmed that this was the very Pharaoh whom Allah had drowned as punishment. This discovery shook the world. Archaeologists and scientists from across the globe rushed to Egypt. After conducting various scientific tests, experts confirmed that only Pharaoh's body, among all the mummies, had traces of marine salts, proving that he had drowned in seawater. His body was then officially identified as Pharaoh's and preserved in a museum. In 1982, when Pharaoh's mummy began to deteriorate, the Egyptian government requested assistance from the French government to preserve it and determine the cause of death using modern scientific methods. Joint arrangements were made, and the mummy was transported to France. Upon arrival in France, the French president himself, along with senior government officials, ministers, and military officers, received the mummy at the airport. The body of Pharaoh was honored as if a great living king had arrived. Military units presented a salute. The mummy was handed over to a team of expert doctors led by Dr. Maurice Bucaille. Through microscopic examinations of all organs, it was discovered that marine particles were still present in the body, and the cause of death was confirmed to be drowning. The death of a king by drowning was astonishing to Dr. Bucaille. Curious to learn more, he discovered that the circumstances of this king's death were clearly described in the Qur'an, revealed to the Prophet Muhammad. Knowing that the mummy came from an Islamic land, his curiosity led him to Egypt, where he met a Muslim scientist. That scientist opened the Qur'an and recited, word by word, the translation of Surah Yunus, verses 90 to 92, describing Pharaoh's claim to divinity, his drowning, the preservation of his body, and its survival as a sign for future generation.